All right, so this is a quick overview on how to do a multi-track export in DaVinci Resolve. You can see here I have a project open. This is a land steward I did this year. And we have our timeline down here. And you can see it's organized like our usual timelines are, with our VO on top, then our interviews, and then our nat sound, and then ending with our music. So by default, DaVinci Resolve is going to export with one track that's stereo, and it's going to take all your audio and just put it on one track and export it out. But we want to add extra tracks to adhere to our multi-track export guidelines. So to do that, the first thing we need to do is click the Fairlight button down here where my mouse is at. Just click that, and then you'll be on this page. Now your screen may look something like this. You just want to drag out and make sure you can see your mixer panel here, your little mixer window labeled right there, and you can see you have all your audio tracks right here. So you get your VO, your interviews, your nat sound tracks, and your music tracks. And then you'll see this little blue track right here, this little blue bus is what we call it, an audio bus. It'll say bus 1 or main bus, something along those lines. DaVinci Resolve automatically adds this bus. And so this is what all your audio is exported from, is this one single bus. That's why you have one audio track when you export a video in Resolve if you just use the default settings. So to change that, we want to add more buses. And so what we want to do is go up to the Fairlight tab and then click Bus Format. All right, so it's going to open up this window right here. You can see we have our main bus called Bus 1. It's in stereo format, which is what we want. So we need to add a bus for each audio track we need for our multi-track export. So that means we'll need a bus for our VO if we have voiceover. We'll need a bus for our interviews. We'll need a bus for our nat sound tracks. And we'll need a bus for our music. So it'll give us 4 audio tracks in total. So let's go ahead and add our first bus here, bus 2. And you can just hover your mouse over the bus 2 name, double click it, and it's going to let you adjust the name. So I'm going to call this bus, I'm going to call voiceover or VO, and press enter. Then I'm going to do this again, go up to bus 3, double click. I'm going to name this one int for interviews. All right, so now I want to add another bus. This is called bus 4. We're going to double click bus 4. We're going to name this nat for our nat sound. I'm going to add a bus again. This is bus 5. We're going to double click, and it's going to be named music for our music tracks. All right, so you can see we have our main bus, which we didn't delete. We want to keep. This is just our stereo mix. Then you have our voiceover. We have our interview, nat sound, and music. All right, so I'm just going to click OK. Now I can take this little mixer window, see where that little icon pops up on my cursor. I'm just going to drag it out. And you can see we have all of our other buses here, which I'm in single screen mode, so you can't see them all at once. But if you look at this little, I don't know what you call that, slider, you can slide across and see all the buses that are laid out, which my camera's kind of in the way here. Let me move my camera. Boom. Okay. See, there's all our buses, and you know it's a bus because it has a blue little line on the top. Let's say bus 1, bus 2, bus 3, and you can see the name that we named the bus right here. So you got bus 1, VO, interview, nat sound, and music. Okay, now what we want to do is we need to assign these audio tracks to these buses. So we have our VO bus, so we need to go to our VO audio track. Click this little, see where it says bus outputs right here? We want to output the audio to our VO bus. So we're going to click this little bus plus button right here underneath bus 1. Click that, and then click VO. Boom. And we did it. So now it's routed to the VO. So now we have our interview audio track, so I'm going to click that plus button again under the bus outputs. Click that. I'm going to click int for our interview bus. I'm going to do this for my other interview audio tracks. So int 3, I'm going to route to the interview audio track bus. And 4, Click that. Now int is labeled for all our interview audio tracks, so they're routed to the int bus, this one right here. Now we have our NAT sound. We're just going to do the same thing. We're going to click the plus button here, click NAT to route to our NAT sound bus, just like this. I'm going to do it for all my NAT audio tracks. Boom, and then we have our music. Just going to go down to music and assign it to my music bus. Perfect. So now we are in business. Now this project I have open, my audio isn't all linked. So I think some of it is, like the interview one is linked maybe. Yeah. So you might see, let's see if this will play here.
Just about any place you can go on this range.
It's playing through my little speaker. But you can see here, let's go to our interview bus, which is right here. I'll highlight it so you can see it, interview. And then we'll scroll up to our interview audio.
Just about any place you can go
see
on this ranch.
We're getting levels.
Wildlife, confined.
We're getting levels. So I'm going to actually mute this. I don't think it will show levels there, but so you can see
good habitat.
All right, so you see levels on our actual interview audio track, and you see levels on the interview bus. That means we've routed it correctly. And of course, if I had all my other audio link, like my NAT sound and everything, you'd see levels on the NAT sound bus, music bus if music was playing, etc., etc. But now that we have all of our audio linked, what we can do is go to the deliver page, click deliver down here in the bottom center. Give it a second to load here. Perfect. So now we're on the deliver page, and we want to tell Resolve, let's export those extra buses that we have. So what we need to do is you want to make sure your video is in ProRes 422 HQ. Your timeline resolution should be 1920 by 1080, which you can see right here. Frame rate is 30 frames per second. That's perfect. And we're rendering a single clip. And of course, you want to label it however you want. You can set your render location right here. Click browse and select wherever you want to render it. Then we're going to go to audio. And here we have our audio settings. So you can see the output track right now is just our main stereo track. So this is like our master stereo track. It's going to have all the audio condensed into one audio track. Our music, our NAT sounds, our interviews, our voiceover. It's all going to be combined in our main stereo mix, one track, which we want to keep. But we want to isolate and export additional tracks with just our interviews, one with just our NAT sound and one with just our music. So to do that, we're going to go down to our output track right here. I'm going to click this plus button. And you can see it automatically fills in the next output track with the next bus on our list. So you can click this little drop down arrow and see all the different buses we've created here. So now it's going to export an audio track with just the voiceover. We're going to click the plus again. And now it's just going to export an audio track with just the interview audio. We're going to click it again and again. And so now we have our export, which will have our main stereo track, a separate voiceover track, a separate interview track, a separate NAT sound track, and a separate music track. And you should be set. So this is how you set your multi-track export settings in Resolve. And it should be noted that when going in the future, I've set up presets as well. So when you create a project, you can use the presets I've made, and this will all be preset and set up for you. So you won't have to do this for every project. All right, good luck.